Good evening, everyone. We are going to get started. At this time, my name is Millicent Riggins, and I'm coordinator of the Ronald D. McNair Post-Baccalaureate Achievement Program. And I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the provost, deans, chairs, faculty, parents, staff, and graduates, and family members. Welcome to the 22nd Annual McNair Graduation Ceremony. It's indeed a privilege to have you here with us tonight to celebrate our graduates. So let's give our graduates a round of applause. Tonight I've been doing this for 22 years, and I thought, why should I be standing here tonight when I have so many capable people, an alumni in the audience who could actually MC this program for me tonight. And we have Akiba Baka with us. For some of you, you know that she's an artistic director, she's a producer, she's really a talented young lady. She's well known in the city of Boston for putting on fabulous plays. So I'm gonna ask her if she would come and MC the program for me tonight. Give her a round of applause, thank you.
Good evening. You all look so amazing, almost as good as this tables. All right. In addition to being an artist and a producer, I at one point was a McNair student. And while I chose to follow my dreams into the arts, Dr. McNair inspired that. And so while I didn't continue as a scientist, I am soaring along with the McNair students on my own path. And so I'm so honored to be here this evening to MC and chair on our future scientists. And I'm so happy to see Stevenson Nelson, who was a McNair student when I was a McNair student, and now he's a PhD, Dr. Nelson. Yes. Wonderful. At this time, I would like to invite everyone to join us in singing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. The lyrics to the song are on the right section of the top right section of your program, and the band will lead us in singing Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on to victory is won. Please join me. Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty.
dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Andrew Gutowski, Dean of the College of Math and Science, to share some opening remarks.
Hello. Good evening. Nice to see everyone here tonight. As you've heard, my name is Andrew Grozovsky, actually, and I'm the Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics here at UMass Boston. And as the Dean and also as the program, the overall program leader, I don't want to overstate my role, for the McNair program, it's really a great pleasure and honor for me to have the opportunity to welcome our McNair Fellows, especially the graduating Fellows tonight, the mentors, the staff, friends and family to this event, which is devoted especially to you. This is a great annual occasion. I know a few of you, many of you probably have been here on more than one occasion. Some of you, this will be the first one. I haven't been here at UMass for only 5 years, but I already have come to really recognize this as a very special moment in our annual cycle. So it's wonderful to be at this occasion again. And it's wonderful to have some returning alums join us on this occasion once more. So welcome to you. And I also want to say a special shout out to the fellows in training. I'm looking forward to your progression through the system. I know we have a couple of students who I've worked with directly in our Student Success Program. I'm so happy to see you here particularly, and we're looking forward to great things from the fellows in training, and so happy that you can participate in tonight's event too. So a special welcome to you. And it's also, I wanted to say, so great to see everybody so dressed up and looking so fine. You all look wonderful, and it's a nice occasion from that perspective as well. I want to say a few words about undergraduate research. As the dean, but more probably equally significantly, as a faculty member for many years, had a pretty big lab and had many undergraduate research students as well as graduate research students. I've really developed over my career a very deep appreciation of the advantages that undergraduate research has in building the skills and the qualifications that graduate schools as well as employers eventually look for in evaluating applicants to their programs. And especially for those of you who are graduating fellows, I hope you will agree when I say some of the things and some of the advantages that undergraduate research brings to you. That's not as explicit and you learned, a particular scientific methodology or approach, but there's other things that you learn from doing undergraduate research. You have a broad base of knowledge. You have some real-world experience. You have information skills. You have communication skills. And surely you have ability to work together effectively in groups. And so a good undergraduate research experience helps you build all these skills, helps you be more competitive for your careers, for graduate school, and we hope many of our McNair Fellows, I hope all of our McNair Fellows will go on to PhD programs and graduate schools. We'll get there. That's our goal. We want all of our McNair Fellows to be going on to PhD programs in graduate school. And the solid undergraduate research experience and the wonderful mentorship that you have in the McNair program will help you to achieve that goal. Undergraduate research promotes tolerance of other people. It helps you appreciate the way people from diverse backgrounds with various working styles can come together and effectively function as a team. It fosters an understanding that science probably more so now than ever, really, is dependent on members of a lab working mutually together and dependent on each other to advance an overall project goal, as well as their individual aspirations. So individual aspirations are so typically part of a overall group goal. You know, science is getting more collaborative, more interdisciplinary, and that's another aspect of what undergraduate research helps you to learn to appreciate and become part of as well. I also want to say that I hope that many of our McNair students will not only go on to PhD programs in science in graduate school, but will also go on and become future members of the science faculty. That's a big goal of ours, and that's something that really means a lot. We want the students sitting in this room to be tomorrow's generation of faculty leaders. We want a more diverse science faculty. And this group is highly diverse, as UMass Boston and the College of Science and Mathematics is highly diverse. And we have the right talent and the right population to make that goal a reality. So let's shoot for that, please. I also want to say a few words to thank the mentors. There are many mentors in the room, faculty leaders, who have interacted with the students. I know the students gain a lot from their interaction with the mentors, but I can tell you as somebody who's done a lot of undergraduate research mentorship that I've gained, and I know your mentors gain a lot of value from interactions with you. We learn a lot from you, so it's a mutualistic relationship that means a lot. I want to thank the mentors for all the work you've done, the guidance and the care, the dedication, and the value that you place on the McNair Fellows education. So thank you. Let's give the mentors a round of applause. I want to recognize, there's a couple of people in the room who I want to give some special recognition to. First of all, we have the provost, who's showing his support for the program, Provost Winston Langley. I want to thank the provost. I'd also like to thank Dr. Joan Becker. Where is she? She already left, but let's give Dr. Joan Becker a round of applause. I want to thank Millicent Riggins, who's the coordinator of the McNair program. I hear it's as long as 22 years now. And she's done a wonderful job. She's a stalwart of the UMass Boston community, and the people around this room there's no greater testament to her work for this community than to look around this room and to look around the room for every year at this time and see what we've accomplished as a McNair program. I also want to thank Roxanne Harvey, where is Roxanne? There she is. For all the work that you've done as well in making this program so effective as it is. Finally, I'd like to thank Professor Bill Hager, over right in front of me. Bill is also my associate dean in the College of Science and Math, and he has worked for many years to support the program, to guide he does a lot from McNair. He's co-director of the program over many years, and I don't think the program could be as successful as it was without Bill's dedication to the program. It's his passion for the program, and really his love for the students and for the program. So thank you, Bill. So in conclusion, today is a day to celebrate your hard work and achievements. You've gone, as I've tried to say, I think you've gone well beyond the formalities of what's merely required in order to get your degree. You've taken responsibility for your own education, for your own enhancement and your growth, your further growth and development as young scientists. And that's what it means to become a member of the McNair program and get involved in these undergraduate research programs. I know it's not always easy. It takes support of friends, family, and faculty members. Some of them are here in the room, and thank you very much. And I certainly wouldn't want to forget how much support that they provide and how important that support is. But to the students, you've taken the keys to your own education, to your own further maturation and development, and you're going to move on. You're going to have the capabilities of moving on to the next great thing. We hope it's in PhD programs in science. That's what we want for you. The event marks your achievements, your commitment to learning that goes beyond formal requirements. Thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for everything you've done for this program over the years, for UMass Boston, for the College of Science and Math. We're looking forward to great things from you, and we know that the talent is there to expect great things and great standards for the future. So thanks again to everyone present. It's a wonderful occasion. I'm very honored and privileged to speak at this occasion and to have a role in sort of stewarding the program during this particular period of time. Thank you all very much.
At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. William Hager, Associate Dean of the College of Math and Science, to make some opening remarks.
Thank you, Dean Krasovsky. Welcome, McNair students, family members, faculty, staff, guests, and former McNair students. Please stand up if you're a McNair scholar. I don't want to use the word former, as you always will be a McNair scholar, even after you receive your doctorate. Just remember that. You're going to keep that all the time. I would also like to use a quote from Ronald McNair, and this is for the new graduates that are graduating this year. You can sit down now. They're so well trained, with this whole program, Roxanne has them just going through all those rulings. One quote from Ron McNair: "Before you can make a dream come true, you must first have one. You have reached that first plateau of that dream, and now new goals are on the horizon. You've worked by yourself or with others to achieve success in your studies, research, investigation, or other activities. You have learned cooperativity, where you assist others to be the best they can be, while others help you be the best you can be. It's been an interesting year watching you grow and develop with your research presentations in numerous places, including the Honors Research Conference at UMass Amherst, the McNair Conference at the University of New Hampshire, McNair Saturday mornings, where you all got up and talked about your own research and what was going on, and finally, it's going to be the final presentation that the graduating seniors gave last week. It's a lot of research that's going on. Very impressive. The base you've acquired at UMass Boston within the McNair program is as strong as those from any other college graduates. You now have to go forward and complete the next phase of your educational career and get your doctoral degree. That's the commitment that has to be made. You just don't want to waste this. You got your BS now. You don't want to sit on this. You want to, wait a year and I'll come back and do something. No. You want to start looking right now. You want to go forward. You're at a time in your life where you've reached the first major threshold of academic achievement, a bachelor's degree in your chosen field. It was a long haul, sometimes seemingly uphill, that resulted in the completion of your studies. I'm very, very proud of you and the success that you currently have in your studies and in your research. You've experienced many of those highs and low points getting to this stage, and we expect, perhaps demand, that you will continue with your present energy, initiative, and perseverance to complete all possible tasks. Thomas Edison said his success was based on 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Louis Pasteur said the secret to his success was his tenacity. Your ability to stay on target and complete tasks is essential. We want you to obtain the status of having all materials completed for doctoral candidacy and then get the doctorate. Millie will be watching you and following you year after year to make sure you're going to do this. I would like to end with giving you one final quote. This is from Dr. Ronald E. McNair that you should memorize and be able to say. Whenever or not you reach your goal in life depends entirely on how well you prepare for them and how badly you want them. You're eagles. Stretch your wings and fly to the sky.
Thank you, Dr. Hager and Dr. Grotowski. Now, my favorite part of the McNair graduation dinner, the video presentations. For the McNair scholars, you spent, some of you a year, some of you 3 years, some of you 4 years, working on your research, and I can imagine that being a scientist and a researcher is a very lonely endeavor, and your family always wondered, what exactly are you doing? And so the video presentation is an invitation into your work, and we're going to start the presentations. Thank you.
My name is Jace Mutisia and my major is computer science. I'm from Kenya, and when I came in this country, I had no background in science, but I wanted to get involved in computers. And when I registered at UMass, I didn't even have any math background. So I self-taught myself like the basics of math, and then I enrolled to do college algebra, and then from there I just picked up, and then I registered to do computer science. McNair gives you opportunities that you may not know that they're available. They make things easy for you because you may not know these opportunities are there. So McNair helps you to research that you want to get involved in. In the future, I see myself programming databases.
My name is Jindin and my major is chemistry. My plan after graduation from UMass Boston would be going to grad school. I got accepted to Tufts and still waiting for auto school.
She already got a paper published with a graduate student. That's not always common for an undergraduate student. Before they get a BS degree, you already is co-author of a peer-reviewed paper.
The biggest thing I learned from my mentor is to be patient, because most of the time when I do experiment, it's fail. Something went wrong, and there must be the reaction doesn't work as expected. But then he always tell me that because you do wrong, you can learn from what you did wrong, and then be patient and try to figure out what can you make it better. So that's the biggest thing I would never learn from a classroom setting.
So I'm very glad to see Trending so successful at the BS program at UMass Boston and ready for the graduate study.
I love teaching, so would be great if I can be a professor and at the same time doing my research that I love.
My name is Owen Boite. I'm a biochemistry major here at UMass Boston. My mentor name is Dr. Sugimara. He is a biochemistry teacher here at UMass Boston. My first year as a biochemistry major, I was just taken back by the way he actually teaches. He's just an amazing scientist, and I wish I could someday be like him.
He had the highest scores in the biochemistry lecture, and I was terribly impressed with his performance in the course. I asked him to join my research lab and also wanted him to become a McNair student. He has been a very, very studious, hardworking. He shows tremendous interest in the research work. I see him as a very productive scientist in future. Definitely he will make it into a productive scientist.
Mentoring is important because you need to have someone who have already the experience and can lead you to the right direction.
I plan to actually work in a research lab for 1 year, and I'm actually going to grad school afterwards. The McNair program have actually given me the confidence to actually stand out and actually be all I can be.
My name is Gwendolyn Florentino, and I am a psychology major here at UMass Boston. I met my mentor, Jinho Park, during class. He was my professor of behavioral neuroscience. The way that he taught the course allowed me to really get excited about biological psychology.
She was one of my top students. She's very intelligent, very, very highly detailed, which is very important for a lot of the work that she does. She's meticulous in the notes that she takes. She's highly conscientious, and these are all very crucial characteristics that are needed to run a successful experiment in my lab.
He's been really supportive of me and always takes his time to teach me something if I need it. And I was always concerned about bothering a professor because I knew he was always busy, but he's been absolutely great with me. My plans after graduating from UMass Boston, I think I want to work for some time, and then I'm going to apply to graduate schools later on.
The mentor-mentee relationship just doesn't end when Wendy graduates. She can always contact me. It doesn't matter, that she's a graduate now of my lab. That communication just doesn't cut off. So any kind of letters of recommendation, any kind of career advice, I'll do what I can to help her out. But if there is something I don't know, I do know other people in our field that I might seek advice for and help her out in that way.
My name is Liz Vanessa Lucian, and my major is psychology, Africana studies, and a minor in sociology. I can't just go to school and take 4 classes. Every semester I take 5 classes, and I'm in a bunch of programs and clubs. And I also am in the process of starting my own business. So within that year off, I do plan on working on that while studying to get into graduate school. I feel like McNair has helped me open my eyes to make a more clear plan, a more realistic plan as to what I can give out and what my expectations are. It helps me realize that there are failures, but then you can also get back up and continue going. And I feel like definitely McNair has helped me learn how to push myself and stay on the right track.
My name's Ali Ron. I'm majoring in biology. My final project is a study on the water quality on the Neponset River.
She dug right into her research project, and we said, we had this timeline. Allie had a go-get-it attitude. That was what I see as her big strength.
Always willing to help. She'll always ask Nicole, is there anything that I can do? Like if there's a slow day, and she's quick to pick up on her procedures and protocols that she uses for her research.
We try to build a multi-level mentoring in my lab. They get mentored by myself, they get mentored by graduate students and other students in the lab, and they build this network, and so hopefully that's a support for, birds of a feather.
The mentors can actually help guide the mentees in both their academic careers as well as their post-academic careers.
My next plan is to take a semester off and then apply for graduate school in the next spring.
And we can just kind of look over this. I can see her going on to graduate school, whether it's in ecology or in some other area. I think I can see that and do really well in no matter what profession she takes.
My name is Arinze Elvis Nwokage, and my major is biochemistry. Research is always about finding something new, trying to help, make our society better, help, find a cure for something. I'm graduating with honors because I had almost 2 years experience with research, so which is a good thing for a resume.
I'm very, very proud to be part of the McNair program and train these, some of these kids who might not have even thought about going to graduate school, and forcing them or, guiding them to go to graduate school is very important and personal to me.
You have networking, you have professors come speak about stuff in the seminar, you get to know them, you get to know what they're doing, the latest research. So it's really a great opportunity to harness. It's really a really great resource for students, for science students who are really interested in research.
Arinze, he has tremendous potentials, and I wish him all the best.
Persisted into the later months.
My name is Farida Malrin, and my major is nursing.
The reason why I choose nursing as my career is because I love to help people. I like to make a difference in people's lives. My plan is to work 1 year in a med surgical unit in a hospital because being a novice nurse, I would like to have more clinical experience, more hands-on with patients. And after that, I want to go to Boston College and pursue my graduate degree in oncology.
My final project is to synthesize a new cell membrane for the battery. My name is Guochunlin. I'm majoring in biochemistry.
Guochun is my second student from the McNair program, and so I kind of know the program very well, and I believe the McNair program really helped bring the underrepresented minority student. I'm one of them. You know, when I came to this country, I wish at that time we had a program like McNair could help me, and I do believe the McNair really give the needed support for those students to be successful and excel. This program really bring the help to those students and help them to be successful, and also they bring the faculty and the student together within the program, which will create this relationship between mentor and mentees, and that will help the student to be successful in the future.
Chemistry class is very interesting. I decided to major in chemistry because of my grandfather. I used chemistry to design some drug to save lives. In the future, I want to be a scientist.
I do believe that wherever he decided to go, he will be successful.
My name is Tariana Veronica Little, and my major is psychology. I became involved in the McNair project because I needed support with a research project that I had been a part of for 2 years, and I knew that the McNair program offered the resources to conduct research and mentorship relationships, so I found that very beneficial. I met my mentor, Dr. Maria Dali Torres from the Gaston Institute, when I began working at her institute about 2.5 years ago. I immediately became part of her research team, and we've been doing the same project up until now, and I was able to continue being on her project because of the McNair program.
Tariana is going to make a significant contribution to help to solve some of the public health problems. I think that it doesn't matter whether she chooses to go into the academia or a practice. You can see that she has a curiosity that is very natural. She's going to make a significant contribution to improve people's health.
My plan after graduation is to begin grad school in September at UMass Medical School. I will be pursuing a doctoral program in clinical and population health research.
My name is Conquista Roscoe, and my major is exercise and health science. My plans after I graduate from UMass Boston is try to remain here. I'm hoping to get accepted into the nursing program, where I want to eventually become a nurse practitioner.
She has been an outstanding mentee. We have had very good communication. She's been exceedingly persistent in her goals. Her research project was focused on placental dysfunction. She came to me with some observations from her own life experiences, and we sent her to the literature, and she was very thorough in her search, and even with personal challenges, she rose above and completed her project in grand style.
UMass Boston has been a very great school. With me coming from Bunker Hill Community College with an associate's degree and raising my 3 beautiful daughters, so far my down has been, and I wouldn't really consider it a down, last semester I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, and I thought it was the end for me. But people who know me know that I kept pushing forward, and I'm soon to graduate on my birthday. So I'm very happy and pleased with that. My health is great. I'm still continuing on with my treatments, and everything is wonderful. Thank you.
Can we have another round of applause for our McNair graduates? You know, one of the things I really appreciate about McNair is diversity. The program is about increasing diverse population of university faculty across the country. And then you have these amazing mentors from diverse backgrounds mentoring our McNair scholars. I think that is just amazing. So I'm just very appreciative of that. Moving on, I would like to invite Owen Oboite. Did I say it right? Owen? Owen is a graduating McNair Fellow. And in the tradition of McNair, if you all have been coming to these dinners long enough, you know that Millie always just calls one of us on stage to either MC or introduce the current McNair star speaker. So Owen is a McNair graduate who will introduce our keynote speaker this evening. And without further ado, Owen.
It's Oboite, by the way. Good evening, honored guests, my fellow McNair scholars, family, and friends. My name is Owen Travis Oboite. Tonight, I have the privilege of introducing to you one of McNair's star people, Dr. Stevenson Nelson. When I first heard that I would be introducing him, like any other student, I decided to do some research on him. I contacted Dr. Ackerman and Dr. Adam, two professors he performed undergraduate research with at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Both were more than happy to speak in great length about his great character and accomplishment. After graduating from UMass Boston, he then went on to earn his doctorate in biochemistry from North Carolina University in 2005 under the tutelage of Dr. Dennis Brown. His thesis work focused on the production of truncated viral protein for structural analysis and subunit vaccine production. He later joined the laboratory of Dr. Ted Pearson at the NIH as a postdoctoral fellow in late 2005, where he investigated the impact of viral and cellular factors on antibody-mediated neutralization of flavivirus infection. Currently, Dr. Nelson has a staff position in the laboratory of Dr. Rafael Casellas at NIMS, where he's investigating factors that impact B-cell lymphoma development. Specifically, he's interested in delineating the role of several factors critically involved in the class switch recombination, somatic hypermutation, and the application of his basic research as a clinical tool in diagnosing B-cell lymphoma. His accomplishment epitomizes what it is to be a McNair scholar. And as part of the graduating class of 2012, we hope to enumerate his legacy of excellence. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Stevenson Nelson.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's a very nice introduction. Sorry. As I coming up here, everybody sort of has things written on paper, but I don't do very well, as Millie will tell you, with having things written down. So this is sort of ad-libbing a little bit. So please bear with me. So first of all, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I really want to say thank you to Millie and the McNair program for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to join you here tonight. Duly appreciate it, so thank you very much. I also want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. It's absolutely a great honor to see all the happy faces, to see the success stories and hear about the success stories. So thank you for joining us. And as you've heard before, I do want to thank the families, the friends, the spouses, the kids, that extended network of support. That is more important than a lot of people will understand, because there are times when you have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to the lab. And if the network isn't quite there, it becomes extremely, extremely difficult. So to all of you who are that network, that supportive entity that sort of keeps the students going, thank you very much for joining us tonight. And distinguished members of the faculty of UMass, thank you very much for joining us and giving me the chance to be here. So as I stand between you guys and dinner, I promise this will be very, very short. It's not an enviable place to be sometimes, so it will be short and sweet. Admittedly, I am a bit nervous. This is, oddly enough, the first time I've been nervous giving a talk, and part of it is because there is going to be a lot of ad-libbing, because I think it's sort of good sometimes to really sort of get that raw moment about how somebody truly feels about a program, about a situation. And I had a lot of time to think about exactly what I wanted to say, and I just sort of blocked it out because I really wanted to be sort of true and sincere, because this program is near and dear to my heart in a lot of ways. So that being said, a lot has already been said in terms of introduction, but I'll kind of casually stroll over a little bit more. My name is Stevenson Nelson. I was born in Pétionville, Haiti. I was. I came to the United States in 1986, and I still remember, you sort of walk out in the terminal, got my bags, and you stepped on the floor, which controls the automatic doors, and the doors swung open. This was February 7th, 1986. And the doors open, I thought to myself, wow, like in the United States, you don't even have to open doors, This is fantastic, man. I thought this was the greatest thing ever. I really did. And so from that very naive moment in 1986, I would like to think that I've sort of matured a little bit and understand that things are a little bit more difficult than that. But it's been a fantastic ride. I found my way to UMass, and it was absolutely great. I found my way to the McNair program, had a chance to work with some great mentors, Dr. Hager, Adon, and Dr. Ackerman. And I've had a chance to sort of enjoy all the other benefits that come with the McNair program. Millie, fellow McNair students, the support, the sitting in the, at that time, the chemistry club room, trying to figure out how to study, trying to get old exams from people to sort of understand the answers, knocking on doors, randomly asking, can you please show me how to do this? And it's been a tremendous, tremendous experience that I had a chance to enjoy. And I hope all of you had the same opportunity to sort of really enjoy that same experience. And as you move on, I hope you sort of reflect back on it and realize all the extremely positive things that come with being at UMass Boston and enjoying the McNair program. As I get older, I think now I'm sort of get to the point where I realize that there's not every single day that I remember. There's a lot of days that I can't even begin to tell you what I did. But that said, I think for the McNair graduates and the support, that this is a day that will not be forgotten. Because this is a day that sort of, this is where all the hard work, where all the blood, all the sweat and the tears, this is the day where you realize that, you are there. You are now a McNair Fellow. You are now a McNair graduate. And regardless of where we started from, regardless of where you started from, you will walk out tonight a McNair, part of the McNair family. And that's an extremely important thing. For me, I think it's an extremely important thing. And hopefully for you as well, I hope you find it to be an extremely important thing. Not too long ago, I was sitting in your chairs. And at that time, there were no iPods, You could actually go out and buy a cassette player if you really wanted to, I seriously walk into Best Buy and try to find a cassette player now sometimes can be tough. My kids have no clue what a cassette is. No clue. They don't know what a record player is. So I'm kind of dating myself a little bit, but it's, I remember sitting in your chairs and sort of wondering the same big question that a lot of people have, and that is, what's next? I don't know what's next. I have no clue what comes next. But what I do know from a little bit of experience is that being part of the McNair program, being part of UMass Boston, is a great first step. It really opens the door to almost limitless opportunities that will come down the line. and I hope you guys take full advantage of it. I want to encourage you, as I sort of close out very quickly, as I really want to encourage you not to forget all the hard work that you've put in to get here. And that's extremely important because you need to keep working extremely, extremely hard. This isn't the end of the journey. This isn't the end of the process. This just happens to be the close of one chapter. The following chapter comes next. And so that ability to remember what got you here, the late nights, the sweating, the support, the dedication, understanding that you will fail and not to be afraid to get up and just keep going. That's an extremely good thing not to forget. And so for me, what did it take to sort of realize that? What did it take to sort of view life a little bit differently than I did when I was younger? And it's kind of a very personal story, but one that I'm not ashamed of by any stretch of the imagination. I took my kids to the park. Lived down in North Carolina. I lived down in Maryland, and I took my kids to the park. I try to go at least 3 times a week, and I go for about a 3-mile run. And at the end of the 3-mile run, I finished, and I was throwing the football, and I just felt odd. Like I never felt that feeling before. And I'm like, well, what is this? And okay, I gave it about 5 or 10 minutes, and I still felt odd. So we have a fire station that's about 5 minutes away. I walk to the fire station. Told the guys there, look, I kind of feel odd. What do you think? And they plugged me into the monitor, and my heart rate was 220. So the guy, it's one of those looks that you don't want to see. He looks at me like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, obviously not. And so I went to the hospital. Make a long story short, that was about 6 months ago. That was my first heart attack. About 2 weeks ago, about a week ago, I told Millie I wasn't 100% sure. It's because I needed to get clearance before I came up here, because that was my second heart attack. And the thing about it is, certain events happen in life where you sort of sit there, and the things that are extremely important to you become crystal clear. Crystal clear. And at that point in time, it became crystal clear to me what was important. And the priorities shifted instantaneously. Why am I sharing that? Because individually, we will all have experiences that shape our lives. Individually, we will all have experiences that sort of tell us. You can have a plan. You could think exactly what you're going to do. And I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was in a pretty good trajectory to go exactly where I wanted to go, until life told me something different. Life told me that that's not what I wanted. Okay, so I learned to listen. What I urge you to do is, even if you think you understand exactly where you're going to go, even if you think you have a plan, I encourage you to listen to life. Listen to the situation. Soak in the moment. Enjoy it. Don't lose sight of things. And this is one of those moments. This is a moment to remember. This is a day to remember. This is a day to say thank you to all the people who have supported, to all those people who will continue to support you even afterwards. So I really, I would like to say that I have, these magical words that will make things crystal clear, will solve all problems and everything would, that's not true. I have the story of one guy who's 5'5", whose kids make fun of him and tell him his suit makes him look really short. That's about all I have. And what I hopefully have done tonight is share with you a little bit of my experience, a little bit of my journey, my appreciation for the McNair program, my appreciation for UMass Boston, and shaping me in a lot of ways, not letting me forget how I got to the very early point in my career. By no means am I done yet, so this is an early point for me. There's a lot of more years to go, but until then, hopefully I've conveyed to you that this is a wonderful program to be part of. This is a great place to be. Tonight is actually a very, very good night, and hopefully a great beginning to your future endeavors. That said, go get him, class of 2012. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. At this time, I just wanted to share that when Dr. Nelson said, "Listen to life," I got goosebumps because in that moment, he reminded me of Dr. McNair. That is something that Dr. McNair would have said, "Listen to life," and that was just incredible. And I also want to just reassure you, Stevenson, that if anything happens tonight, we do have a former McNair graduate, Dr. Yvonne Smichael, who's an MD. So if you're listening to life real hard and something happens, Dr. Smichael can take care of you, all right? All right, just listen to life, and we got the dominoes waiting for you. All right? All right. At this time, we are going to proceed into dinner and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, please. In the interest of time, if I can just have your attention, please. In the interest of time, during dessert, while dessert is being served and enjoyed, we're going to continue our program. I'd like to take this time to introduce Tariana Little. Tariana is a graduating McNair fellow. And the video you're going to see is entitled "Beating the Odds," and it is the story of Tariana's journey throughout her undergraduate career and to where she is now. And one thing I'd like to say is that some of the things that Tariana has experienced in life would have turned many people back or stopped them in their tracks. And this evening, the word tenacity was brought up by Dr. Hager, and I think that Tariana is definitely an example of tenacity and perseverance. And again, just the spirit of Dr. McNair. Ladies and gentlemen, Tariana Little.
Good evening, everyone. There's a saying in Spanish, barriga llena, corazón contento, which means belly full, happy heart. So I know that you guys are in good spirits. So the video you're going to see is a very personal video that I made this semester while I was taking an Asian American Studies class. The class was about taking a personal problem and being the producer, being the director, being the writer, being the creator of that story and sharing it with the class and with the community at UMass Boston. And it's a very personal story. Too often, we go to class and we don't know who our students are. We don't know who our classmates are. We don't know who's sitting next to us and what they went through. We're so focused on the exams and getting the grade that we forget that we're people too and that we come with problems. And UMass Boston has such a diverse school, and we have been able to know of some of the struggles, like Conquista and her cancer story, and Dr. Nelson and with his heart attack. And you will see just one part of my life, a difficult part, and so it's a bit sensitive, so I didn't know it would be shown here when I made it, but I'm very fortunate that Millie allowed me this opportunity to share it, so I hope you guys can respect the sensitive material, and have a good evening. Thank you. This project is personally meaningful because I am still struggling with the death of my stepfather, Harold Garcia, who is the only father that I have ever really... Harold Garcia, he was the only father that I had. He was the person that I grew up knowing as my father, as mi papi.
Ya no me llames papi, ya tienes un nuevo papá. Tatiana, this is your father, Jan, Mommy said. Jan, like Jan. Ya no me llames papi, ya tienes un nuevo papá. Trying to comfort me, Mommy told me to ignore him, that she would be my mother and father, like she always had been. But I had not chosen another father. Mommy had found him and forced him into my life. And now the man who raised me no longer wanted me a part of his life. And I had no say.
This is a picture of a Thanksgiving dinner. I was maybe around 10. That's Raul, Tatiana, Gloriana, and me. For the most part, we were a happy family. Pictures will always show us smiling and lively, as if everything were perfect, but in reality, it wasn't. Querido papi, yo sé que soy muy odiosa y hambrienta con todo, pero no pienses que no quiero a Gloriana y a ti, porque yo los quiero a los dos. Tú crees que no, pero yo sí te quiero y siempre te voy a querer. Tú me has cuidado desde pequeña y te lo agradezco. Solo quiero decir que como yo veo a mi papá, yo nunca lo voy a llamar papi, nunca, porque tú eres el único papá que tengo. Tu hija, Tatiana.
Cállate el hocico.
Why does my stepfather hate me?
Raúl se murió.
I immediately cried as I saw Raúl being reduced to numbers and medical terms I had never heard of before. His history and humanity were completely wiped away. ¿Por qué no te mueres ya? Last summer, I received a fellowship to live in Mexico. Before my eyes were versions of Raúl I never knew.
There's many things things I wish I didn't do, but I continue learning. I never meant to do those things to you.
He was my father too. Donde quiera que estés, papi, ten por seguro que nunca olvidaré la carta que me diste a mí, tu hija.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Tatiana. Tariana. Can we give her another round of applause? I'm so happy that the provost is here to witness your presentation, and the fact that this came about as a project of the Asian Studies course that you took. One of the things that I love about being a UMass endless learner, as I call myself, is, again, the diversity here, how we connect people and we connect people's stories, and how these stories inform our dreams and help us to accomplish our goals. This is an incredibly diverse university, and the McNair program exemplifies that. So thank you again, Tariana. Wow, that was beautiful. Now we would like to move into another favorite portion of the evening, the awards presentations. And at this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Millicent Riggins and the Dean of College of Math and Science, if he's still here, Dr. Andrew Gutowski, to the stage. And if he is not here, in his stead, I'd like to invite the Associate Dean of College of Math and Science, Dr. William Hager, to the stage. Dr. Hager and Millicent Riggins, and joining them will be Roxanne Harvey.
Okay, that's good. So let's give Akiba a round of applause for a job well done. Let's take it up now. And so as coordinator of the program, what happens on a weekly basis is that I see each student once per week. And I hear all the stories, and I'm always amazed of how these students are so persistent in achieving their goals. And Roxanne asked me early last week, who will you give the coordinator's award to? And I said, I don't know. And see, and I'm not going to apologize for it, I'm a Christian woman, and so I let the Spirit lead me in things that I do. And so I sat at my desk, and as I was meditating, it just dropped in my spirit who to give this award to. Now, this person is not currently a McNair student, but has been in the McNair program and has beaten many odds and has shown how persistent she is. And growing up, no one thought that she would even be alive today. This is just from listening to the stories each week, and I get emotional sometimes. And to see where she is today, because of physical disability, she could not do the biology degree that she really wanted to do. And so she's graduating this year. with a master's in gerontology. And I want to call Barbara at this time to come and receive the Coordinator's Award. She had no clue that this was coming. And so really you have inspired me. And she's a mother, she has 3 beautiful children, and her husband is here with her tonight. I just want to congratulate you on your success. Just for you. I want to say something to her. I know you're stunned.
I guess I'm in shock. I would say never in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine that I would be in this position. I never thought that I would ever mount much. And I'm grateful for all the support that I've been given. I'm grateful for my family and for my husband for the sacrifices he made and taking the children to the playground so I can finish papers. I'm grateful that my kids gave up, spending a lot of time with me so that I can go ahead and just pursue an education. When I first went to Roxbury Community College, I took a class called College Success. And in that class, I saw many people who were like 18 years old. To me, they were young people, and I looked around, and I was the only old person in there. And I said, I will be lucky if I can scrape a C. And that's sort of, and the professor, he said to me, don't be surprised that your life experience will carry you a very long way, because a lot of these students that you are looking at, they don't have the time management skills that you do. And for me, that meant a lot. And so I took that when I came over here to UMass Boston and applied it. And even though I did not stay in the McNair program, because I did listen to that little voice, I've always had a passion for working with older people, whether it's be through gerontology or through nursing. I hope that in the future I'll be able to just achieve my dreams, and I thank you. This is such a surprise and a shock, and it's probably going to be a while before I fully recover from this. And thank you, thank you.
Okay, and now it's time for our graduates to receive their diplomas. Who's the first one? Farida Moraine. And we're doing something different this year. We're asking someone from the family to come and robe Farida with a sash. Now, all the other graduates, they will want one. Trin? And Trin will be at Tufts in September doing her PhD in biochemistry. Trin. Owen?
Voite. Oh no. Oh no, Voite. No, Voite. Is that correct, sir? Oh, Voite? Oh. Just a little. That's okay.
Conquista? Gwendolyn. Oh, mommy's coming. coaching?
Come this side only because it's getting a little crowded over there. That's why I transitioned.
So each year we have our annual symposium, and we do have judges who come in and judge the way the students present their research, and given the arduous task of choosing a winner. It's always difficult to choose one person, so each year we actually do give out 2 awards for best presentations. And this year the 2 awardees are Owen. Yeah, boy. And the next award goes to Trin. And so, the goal of the McNair program is to provide, is for underrepresented students to pursue PhDs. And once the students achieve their PhD, we always want to recognize those students. And so we had for a keynote speaker tonight, one of our McNair PhDs. And so I do have a token for you. So if you'd come forward, Dr. Stevenson Nelson. And it reads, presented to Stevenson Nelson, PhD. Let's all say PhD. PhD. And I want you to remember that. In recognition of your achievement that extended from excellence in science at UMass Boston through completion of graduate studies, McNair Program 2005. Congratulations. I would like to present to you our 10 graduates. Give them a round of applause. Take a picture. Okay. And so this is another surprise of the night. In the daily activities of the McNair program, it takes joint effort to make the program be successful. And Roxanne plays a pivotal role in the program. And I just want her to know how much I appreciate what she does. And so this is a token of my appreciation to you. No, she wants photo. Okay, so we're coming down to the end of this evening's activities. And so you can enjoy some music afterwards. What I would just like to do, and I hate doing this because I always forget someone, and if I do, please forgive me. But I want to recognize Dean Kybell. She was the director of McNair program for years. She's retired now. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Thank you. I have a fantastic friend from BC, Dr. Candice Hetzner. Dr. Morcia Hill from Harvard. Dr. Gerald Ambrose and Dr. Anna Ambrose, and they have not missed one McNair dinner. There have been all 22 McNair dinners. And I thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you. I want to recognize Tony from University of New Hampshire and his wife. Thank you for coming. And thank you for taking care of Malika. Malika is one of our McNair graduates who is now grad school. So sometimes you have to look for her because she will hide from you. But thank you for all the support that you give her there. Also want to recognize, will all former McNair, all the alumni, please stand. I think it's time that we have an alumni fund going, Dean, because you know what? We have Dr. Danish Dukram. He makes plenty of money. We have Dr. Yvonne Smichael. Don't you think it's time we start having an alumni fund? Yes. So I'm just throwing it out there. So, Danny, you can run with it. And we have Stevenson too. They're making money now, so it's time for them to give back, don't you? Well, I know that he works for the government. Well, okay, so let me see, who else I want to recognize? Please forgive me, all the staff that are here. Brenda, Gordon, Susan Graham, and the staff from the Dean's office, from College Success Program. Thank you for coming out. How about the meal that you received and the wonderful decorations for the staff that provided? Awesome. For the band. And for all the mothers and cousins and aunts and everyone that are here, thank you so much. Thank you so much, and all the faculty, everyone, thank you so much for coming out. And have a great evening, and see you next year. So enjoy the music and chit-chat.